What's up, guys? We are Past the Pop Culture. My name is Ricky with my co-host here, Mrphen.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about a couple things, kind of just going over through some, quick news. We're going to talk about Star Wars, Jedi, Survivor. It's just been a terrible launch, honestly. It's just been insane how poorly this game has just been received. It's absolutely hilarious if you guys haven't been, keeping up with it. But we're going to talk about how, MetaQuest Gaming, they got some showcase that's coming out. Microsoft getting blocked as well. Potentially their acquisition of Activision Blizzard may get blocked for 10 years. So rip to them. And they actually, at Microsoft, may be creating its own VR device. But we'll be getting onto that really quickly. The first thing I want to talk about actually is that Gran Turismo trailer that dropped today, right? Mm-hmm. Filming this. So, be yesterday for you guys if you're listening on the day it drops. Man, I didn't know what to expect. I thought they were just gonna it'd be I don't know, Fast and the Furious. They're just driving around or something. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. So I'm gonna preface this. I don't really play racing games. Not my thing, 100%. You know what I mean? If I go to an arcade, I'll play them. But I don't purchase the racing
Gran
games
Turismo
myself.
or Forza or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not a big car person in general too. So I don't know. So. I'm but now actually seeing the trailer, I'm oh, okay. Everyone in the comments were what did we just see here? This actually looked kind of good. I was what is this? This is actually it actually looks interesting, the plot. And it's based on a true story, right? That's what I was saying. Yes, and I think it's very interesting because now we're seeing these gaming stories. It's about the game, but it's about the people, the players, right? The community around it. And I think that's a really good angle to go with, right? Yeah. Hey, this guy really likes playing, racing games, and then he actually gets to become a racer. We had Tetris, right? How Tetris was created, stuff like that, right? And I think they're really cool stories to tell as a nerd, just into all this kind of things. I'm wow, this is really cool. And I think that's way better than trying to do some weird, straight adaptation of the game, but maybe just telling the stories around the game. Pretty good. I think that's a smart move. It worked out for Tetris really well. If you haven't seen our review, I think we did that a couple weeks ago. So if you're on YouTube, you can just probably scroll back to a few episodes and you'll find it there where we talk about Tetris, which was a fantastic movie anyways. But yeah, I don't know. What did you think about the trailer though?
I was shocked because I remember when we mentioned it a while ago, we're what the heck is this movie going to be about? And we even kind of joked about it. And then watching the trailer, I was oh,
I know we did the same thing for the Tetris movie. We're what? I don't know. I think our expectations are so low of cinema right now. We're what are they gonna do? Just drive around in circles and that's the movie? What we said. Yeah, and they're oh, we're doing a cool story. So I don't know. Maybe we should be less cynical about these things. But who knows? Dunking on these things. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. If you guys haven't checked out the trailer, go and watch it. It seems like it's gonna follow some kid who's really into the Gran Turismo games, and then he's all hey, I need to follow my dreams, and then someone picks him up to actually be a professional race driver, and then he kind of just snowballs and struggles and hey, he gets to start actually winning some of these races, it seems and following his dreams. So it's pretty good from what it seems from the trailer. Doesn't show too much, doesn't show too little. We get to understand what it's going to be about. But yeah, I'm gonna go watch it. I'm oh, okay, yeah, let's go watch this thing. Not just for the sake of a review, but because it looks interesting actually.
Yeah, and it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, okay, because I do kind of follow the stupid news like that. So I'm wondering if this is when Gran Turismo did a whole tournament thing, and then whoever won got to drive. I don't know if this is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's based off of that, and I wouldn't really know.
Because that's what I'm saying. But it's cool because they do have professional video game racing tournaments. I don't know what they're called. So it's it is cool that they're kind of shining the light on that.
It's just esports, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know the correct term for racing sims, whatever. Because Call of Duty Pro retired, and then now he's doing that. So I don't know. I just thought it was interesting.
He's got the whole thing. I always like the whole setups.
Yeah, those things are.
I always think they're cool.
Intense and scary.
But yeah, so I think it's something we're definitely going to keep our eye on,
Yeah.
and let us know if you guys want us to really keep an eye on that, because we'll always be down for that. And then if you guys know the backstory, like drop it in the comments or something. I'm very
Yeah.
interested to to know kind of like more of the background, right? But yeah, so to move on to the next thing, right? Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It is absolute dog water that we can't create a decent enough PC port.
Look,
EA can't
I
create a
bought
decent enough PC port to save their life. So what happened? Are you having trouble, Sven, there?
okay. First of all, it was my birthday last week, so I wanted to buy it because it came out on the 28th. And so I was
Yeah.
about to purchase it on Steam, but I saw the reviews were mostly negative, and I was like, okay. And
You
pretty
know that there's
much,
something wrong when it's mostly
yeah.
negative,
And I
right?
mean, it's like, oh, maybe because it's EA microtransactions. I don't know. But no, it
Mhm.
was pretty much, it doesn't work. And then I was reading, like, they even apologized for it, which is like the most stupidest apology ever.
We took your like $70, but we're sorry
Yeah.
that
Oh,
you were
sorry.
suckered into it. Yeah.
It's because new software and it's not using your CPUs correctly. And it's like, no, just shut up. It's like you
We're
knew it was broken.
bottlenecking. We're only running on one core.
Yeah, and it's like no, this they kind of made it seem like, oh, we're not used to this new technology, and it's like this has been around for quite
Been
quite a
running your
long
games
time.
on potatoes the whole time
Yeah,
developing?
it's
Like,
like,
what's going on here?
didn't you just have Star Wars Battlefront 2 on PC as well?
They're over
It's like,
there working like by hand, putting in the ones and zeros, like flipping,
Yes,
moving the
like
transistors and
fix your
the flow
potato.
electricity or something. It's like, what's going on here, man? You guys know
But
you don't got an
have you
Nvidia graphics card laying around somewhere? You can't
yeah,
afford it.
I mean, come on now, guys. EA, it's just
Yeah.
a stupid excuse. And have you seen like how it looks on PC?
I've seen some stuff, but I know that there's a guy that I watch on YouTube and he was pissed.
It just
And
doesn't work.
he was like, "This is I can't even play it to review it for you guys. Sorry, right?"
Yeah,
And it's the same thing because like EA released Wild Hearts, and they're saying that like because it had bad performance, people don't play it anymore, and so kind of just faded away. Same thing with Last of Us Part One, right? PC
yep.
port,
Redfall, and then like
and
every
yeah, like
kind of
it just
Elden Ring.
it just seems like I don't know if I'm pretty sure, and yeah, like everyone knows, like right, like these things are console ports, right? So they're just like, boop, here,
Yep,
here's the game. They're not making a native PC version, right?
which is
Like it,
stupid.
but like I don't know. It's like, how much money do they make if they were just to put the proper product out? Like, because I'm sure there's someone there like cost risk like assessing that like, well, if we put it on like we save more money and people will still buy it, so if we actually build a proper game, we're not going to make us much money, so it doesn't matter. Like, like there's that like it's kind of like, oh well, if we actually fix it, it costs more than the money we're going to make, so we're just going to do a like terrible port,
No, I
right?
don't know.
So I'm not sure if that's what's going on, because they don't have integrity. So it's like, I wonder if that's what it is, right? Because they made this during the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, they made it in 3 years. They're like, we finished this game in record time and blah blah blah, and they were so proud of it. And I was like, well, yeah, because look what you did. The poor
It's not even
game
done.
can't even run. Yeah.
It's like, hey, I drew a stick figure. Let's sell this for $70.
And I don't know why they just keep issuing it out. I guess because there's people buying it, right? So it makes sense. Like until they stop buying these games, but it's because they have such a strong IP, right? Like Star Wars, right? And then the first one was really well received.
Oh yeah.
So they're like, oh, we're gonna get the same thing. Little do people know, we're not getting the same thing. You're getting hot garbage. Like,
But
that's gonna
see,
blow up your CPU.
here's the solution. Because I think, if I remember correctly, the first one was an exclusive. And I think the solution to all these stupid PC ports is just to bring back exclusives again. And
Do you
then
think it's better just to do
I think it's like
exclusives?
this game, like, because I bought it on PS5, so I can finally plug it in for once, and it runs good. Like, there's like some frame drops, but it's not like I'm not gonna bash my head over it. But Elden Ring kind of sucked on PlayStation or PC, and then like all these new games on PC suck, but on console they're fine. So it's like, why
Yeah.
not just bring back the exclusives, and then
Mhm.
2-3 months down the line, release it on PC when it actually works.
There's no
Like,
fan. They can't make the money all at one time because
but
people are going to see the game's not as good, and then they're
it's
not going to go and buy it.
it looks good. Okay, if you have a PS5, it looks phenomenal. Like I plugged it into the TV, that thing looks better than my computer. All right, but it's like if you play on the computer, you're wasting your money. And it's just like now people are gonna hate it. I mean, I guess any advertisement is good advertisement, but it's like just bring back the exclusives. Let people play on
Yeah.
their console, and then if they really want it on their shiny, 4090 blah 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 computer, then make them wait for like 2 months. They're still gonna buy it eventually, so like it's not a hard solution.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just ridiculous that they're putting out like $70 games and they're like, well, can't
Yeah,
even turn it on because
apparently
they'll
there's
brick your
another
machine.
article that it costs like $1 billion to make a AAA game. And it's
Hmm.
like, okay, sure, if that's the case, why doesn't it work?
Where are the $1 billion going, my guy?
It's like, where is it in the cover or like, the advertisement?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
huh?
a lot does go to
Well, yeah,
advertisement,
but come
but
on. Make
not $1 billion worth.
like, how can they not understand the concept of if your game works, people will buy it?
Yeah,
Now
I
people
mean,
are not going to buy it.
it's one of those things where it's like I think it's just cheap. It's just they make more money just putting out a half-baked game because people buy it, right? Like day one.
Yeah.
And I think like we're gonna have to start doing it where no one buys day one anymore,
Hmm.
and then they wait a few days, right? Like kind of thing, and that's what we're gonna have to
It's
do. But I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I really don't get it. I don't
I
know
hate video
why they
games.
keep doing these things, but yes, EA always in the gutter. Since we're in the gutter, we'll talk about that Microsoft acquisition. So, so Activision Blizzard is gonna get blocked, right? So the
Yeah.
UK came out and was like, "Yo,
No.
you guys gonna create a monopoly, so
Yeah.
you can't do this." And then Microsoft was like, all right, well, this kind of stinks."
Hmm.
And then I forgot who came out, but one of them was like, "Oh, the president came out and was like for Microsoft." And then it's like, "Oh, this is a bad day for Britain. I thought Britain was open for business, but I guess not. You guys stink, man. El Riz, no,
What a sore loser.
only an island. Couldn't be
Yeah.
me, but I don't know.
I have three of
Like,
them.
I don't know. He just came out and was like, got the UK and was like, "Oh, we're gonna try to overturn this," which it almost never gets overturned. These rulings, from what I understand, they're
Hmm.
pretty difficult. So, uh, they just came out and were like, "All right, you
It's
guys
like
suck."
they don't need it that bad, do they? Right?
I don't know, but Sony over here dancing on the grave. They're like, "Yeah, get him, boy!" And they're like,
keep doing it,
"Yeah, because
boys."
you're gonna create Call of Duty, and you're gonna make it an inferior product in our design." And Microsoft's like, "No, we signed this 10-year contract. We can't do anything." No, Sony over here with the crocodile tears.
I
No, they're
know.
gonna give us a bad port. They're gonna
Our
give us
Call
an
of
inferior
Duty's so
product,
good.
and then a PS4 exclusive. No, PS3 exclusive to
Yeah.
PS5 with
Yeah.
The Last of Us, right? Going to PC, absolute garbage. But they're over here talking about, oh, they're gonna start giving out inferior products. Like, bro, the calls coming from
Look in
inside
the
the
mirror.
house. Yeah, so it's just like, what's going on here? But I like that Sony was like, "Yeah, buddy."
We
Yeah,
got 'em.
popping. Yeah, they're like popping champagne bottles. I bet they gave the CEO another raise just for no reason. But yeah, so that didn't really happen. So just in any case, someone takes that serious. Nah, I don't. It's made up, right?
Or is it?
I have no idea at this point. But anyways, yeah. So that's like a win for Sony, Microsoft. I
Just
guess
don't buy Blizzard. It's
hopefully
not worth it anymore.
that VR device actually does something right. So they
Yeah.
kind of said Microsoft's kind of been like, "Oh, we're not too interested in it," but they did patent some technology, right?
Hmm.
That's supposed to maybe either help with augmented reality or just straight up VR. I guess it's supposed to like help with like eye tracking and self calibration and
Spooky.
yada yada yada. It's so they got something coming up their sleeves that maybe potentially a
maybe they'll bring
Microsoft
back the
VR.
oh my gosh, the Connect, is
Connect.
that what it was called? Yeah.
That's what I thought of. Like, bro, I remember that they're pushing that so hard.
That thing was a
It
piece
was
of junk.
just,
Scary.
yeah. You had that little tiger, and it was like coming up to the TV. I remember that commercial every single time they played that for
Oh, that's
like
some
little
memories
kids
right
so
there.
much. I remember being a kid, and they're like pushing that so hard, and I was like, this thing is lame. And then yeah,
I love it.
oh man, but we got some stuff to get to though, so we can't keep dunking on him. But
Yeah.
Halo still
L's
taking the worst.
after
They're
two
just showing the
years.
worst part of like game dev ever. Like with their hit registration still broken, things aren't working, they're not doing anything. You know, good old 343, but you know they're getting the game taken away. So you know, I don't know.
Why would they fix it, right?
Yeah, hit registration still broken. That's kind of why we left because it was like we were doing ranked, and at a certain point, it was like, bro, you can't play ranked when this is
Yeah.
garbage is still going
Oh, I
on.
died to somebody behind the wall. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and like yeah, so it's just kind of ridiculous. Their hit scans are still broken. They haven't been broken in any other game before. They just this one. But yeah, so of course we got MetaQuest, right? They're gonna do a little showcase for June 1st. They're gonna be I don't know. They're just gonna be showing off more VR stuff, essentially, with the MetaQuest 2 and all these things. Just in case, if you're interested, you're in that VR section. Yeah, after we just dunked on Microsoft for VR, right? So,
We did that in the wrong order.
but in any case, you're interested in that stuff. I mean, VR is cool. It's just like I don't know, Microsoft trying to get in the game. Like, I'm not against it, but I don't know. I don't really care. It's like all right, and then Meta too, like with Facebook and all that. I don't really care. Like they're just
Didn't
doing
they
their
fire
stuff,
like half
right?
their like
Oh no,
staff?
they're doing that whole metaverse thing, and then it just like fell apart, and then there's just like the uncanny valley of like you're looking at these like
Maybe that's the
avatars
announcement
and
though. They're just
maybe
gonna like
yeah, they're
drop
like, hey guys,
everybody.
we actually finished it, and it's like, oh, that'd be pretty funny, but no, they scrapped that a while ago. So, but anyways, yeah. Oh, I got to try Street Fighter. I actually like it a lot. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do that on stream.
Nice.
Maybe
Did you
we'll do.
happen?
Maybe
Oh,
go ahead.
okay. This is probably not a question I should ask now, but is the verses like? Do they have everybody unlocked?
No,
Dang it. Never mind.
it was just
Like two people.
Ryu
Right?
and oh man,
Ken,
no, not Ken, Luke.
Luke. Oh,
I think that's who it was.
did you make your
Yeah, the
character?
guy with the massive forearms. Yeah, I made like an atrocious beast.
Oh my goodness.
It was pretty funny.
I'm hyped for
I was
that game.
laughing for. Yeah, so it was pretty fun, the little bits that they showed us, but I don't really have much to say on it. I only played it for like 20 minutes, but I did try it out. Very much interested. It'd be cool to do on stream or something if someone ends up picking it up. But talking about stream, we got to end up doing that because we're running over on time. So if you want to come hang out with us there, twitch.tv/PassThePopCulture. We're live Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. If you want to come hang out, let us know what you guys think. Did you like the Street Fighter game? Are you a big fan? Are you hyped for it? What do you think about all this stuff with Microsoft? Are you dancing on the grave? Are you not? Star Wars, are you pissed off about that? Let us know in the comments down below because I know a lot of people are upset about this. Very much interested to know what your personal experience was with the game on PC, right? But yeah, follow the socials at Past Pop Culture. Pretty much in everything, right? We're out there posting clips. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty lately, so come in. We're trying to climb up the ranks. I don't know. We're trying to get to. I'm in plat right now, so we're trying to move up. Maybe we'll get to like I don't know, Crimson or something. That'd be nice. Yes, if you want to see us goof, come and join the stream. We also been doing a little bit on YouTube here and there, so you might see us pop up on a stream here and there. So make sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube and hit the bell so you can get those notifications and drop a like while you're there. And yeah, I think that covers everything. So thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.